Hey, what's up? It's your boy Lord Skunk here, lordskunk.com. We're going to be doing another segment today on our guides and strategies for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. If you haven't done so yet, check out lordskunk.com. If you would like access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to some of the top players in the game, jump into our Discord. It is a voice and text chat program where you can connect with other players and ask questions about your roster, about different characters, about different strategies. Plus, there's all kinds of great guides and links in there. There's also an ally code channel where you can post your ally codes and find other ally codes for other players. Check out teamskunk.com. We do have a few remaining positions in our various guilds. And don't forget, please head over to Twitter and follow LordSkunk1. Also, you can find us on Facebook under LordSkunk1. We appreciate it. Let's get into the guide. The guide we're going to be going over today is free-to-play or low pay-to-play strategies. What should you do? How can you be successful? The very first thing I want to do is switch over to my Droid account. Now, I haven't been playing this account that much. I kind of put it on the back burner since guilds came out. There's so much stuff you got to do now in the game. It's kind of hard to have a second account. So I haven't been doing much with this, but the strategy with this account was to look at my main account is pay to play. This account, I wanted to look at it from the free-to-play perspective, so I can be in touch with the free-to-play struggles. I did end up getting a few packs in here, which I do recommend. If you're just starting the game, I do recommend that you pick up the Droid pack if you have the funds available. It's $24.99 US dollars. You will get HK-47, IG-86, and IG-88. It's going to give you a great starting point. I think the strategy we're going to talk about here in the first option of free-to-play or low-spend pay-to-play is going to be droids. Okay, so if you can't get the pack, that's fine. We're still the same strategy. It just helps give you a little bit of a jump start. And for 25 bucks, I think it's a fair investment for what you get. Now, it's cheaper than an Xbox or PlayStation game. And obviously, this is a mobile app game, but there is still the ability to put a lot of time and effort into it. It still can be an enjoyable experience. It's not just something that you play, for 5 minutes a day and you move on. You can definitely invest some time into this game. Now, the other option that you can get as well when you first start the game is the Dark Side Starter Pack. Now, the characters in there, I don't think they're that great, but the items that you get along with that, I think you get some crystals and some credits. It's been a while since I had that pop up, but I've always recommended to people for $5, definitely get the Dark Side Starter Pack if you can. If you want to be completely 100% free to play and not spend one dime on this game, the strategy is still the same. The Droid Starter Pack and the Dark Side Pack for a total investment of around $30 US. 30 US dollars. It's just going to give you a jump start. It's going to kind of give you a boost to get in the game quicker and get going. What you get you to where you want to get to faster, especially in arena. Now, the thing to keep in mind if you're just starting the game, okay, or maybe you started and you've been playing a little bit and you haven't quite maybe put forth a good game plan or good strategy, is you need to check where you're at in arena. Okay, once you get to level 10 in the game, you open up your arena board. Okay, and once you do that, it's going to kind of give you an idea where you're at, how new your server is. The goal is, primarily is you're going to want to be on a newer server. Now, as you can see, even with this account, I haven't played it really in about a week. And my arena team, is one of the teams that we're going to talk about here. Good strategy right now is HK, 47, 88, 86, GS, and Poggle. And still, by not playing for a week, I'm still in the top, right below the top 100. We'll get that back. Here in a little bit as we go through this video. We'll do a little bit of arena so you guys can check these characters out. But those are my two recommendations. First, if you have $30 discretionary income that you can put towards the game, put 30 bucks into the game, I think it's worth it to get that Droid pack and that Dark Side pack. If you cannot, or if you do not want to and you choose to go free to play, that's fine. Just follow the same strategy. It's just you won't be jump started or boosted up as much as that. So the very first thing that you want to do in the game once you start, and even if you already started playing a little bit, and you're kind of in, but you're not quite to level 70 yet or level 80, or you're not progressing towards the top end tiers, and you haven't done so, you need to go back to Cantina Battle 1A. Okay, 1A, that is going to give you Geonosis Soldier. So if you do not have Geonosis Soldier at 7 stars yet, I highly recommend it. You go back and get him. He is probably one of the absolute best DPS characters. And when I say DPS, that's a damage per second is what that stands for. And characters within that DPS role is going to be a Leia, a Rey, Hoth Rebel Scout, a First Order TIE Pilot, characters like those. Now, Leia is pay to play only, so you're not going to have access to Leia. But if you want the other option of that, the free-to-play option, you're going to need Geonosis Soldier. He's just a great character overall. He's very easy to get, and he's very cheap to gear, okay? And gearing is going to be something that we're going to talk about in this guide and in the strategy to make sure that you are ahead of the curve and doing what you need to do. Now, to get Geonosis Soldier, all you got to do is go to Holio Table Battle 1A in the Squad Cantina battles, okay? And literally, if you have the sim tickets, which I do have some here, you can literally just sim this battle once you 3-star it, which is not difficult to 3-star this battle at all. And just continue to sim it, okay? If you don't have sim tickets or you're running low on sim tickets because free to play and low spend pay to play, do you have an issue with sim tickets starting out? For sure, you just need to battle that. So you can basically auto this battle and go through it that way. Okay, so that's your step. That's your first step. Okay, step 1 is to get GS. Okay, that's in Cantina. Now let's look at the shipments. Okay, in the shipments, who I would recommend going for. Now normally, if you weren't going to go Droid, I would go a different route. But since you're going with Droid, I would highly recommend going for Poe Dameron. Okay, Poe Dameron is probably the #1 tank when it comes to droids. Now, he's not the #1 tank in the game anymore, but with droids, he is the #1 tank. He's great. He opens up when he taunts. He's going to pull, give your droids a little bit of breathing room. Okay, now with protection added into the game, it did give droids a little bit of a boost. They do, they can survive a couple rounds now, at least to do some damage. But Poe will taunt right off the bat, and he will also expose the enemy team. Now, right after he exposes, typically IG-88 will take a turn. Okay, and then he's going to use his AoE attack on the enemy. Okay, so this is going to be done whether you're playing it or whether the AI is playing the game. So the goal is to get Poe as quickly as you can out of shipments. Now, the other option that you could go, which I did in this case, which I kind of regret a little bit, I went Old Daka. So if you don't, for any reason, don't want to go Poe, you want to go Old Daka, that's fine. You can do so. Old Daka is great with their stuns and it revives. But Poe, if you just want to dominate right away in PvP, in Arena, get Poe along with your droids. He helps out a ton. So the non-droids that would be in this group would be Poe and Geonosis Soldier up until this point. Okay? So if you're going to go to Cantina Shipments, you're going to either get Poe, which I recommend, or go option B, which is Old Daka. All right, now let's look at Arena Shipments. Okay? Arena Shipments, we have a droid in here, which is good. We actually have 2 droids in here, which are good. We have HK-47 and IG-88. Okay, these are the only place that you can get HK-47. And I believe IG-88 as well is the only place you can get him. I don't know. I do have him at 7 stars now, so I can't click on him and double check to see where else I can get him. But these are your 2 places that you're going to be getting these characters. So what you're going to want to do is, for what I did, I'm going to tell you what I did. Okay, you can do it however you want, but this is my strategy. I did HK first. Got HK up a star. Okay, so let's take, for example, if he's 4-star, I got him to 5-star. Then I went back and started working on 88, got 88 to 5 stars. Once he was at 5-star, I went back to HK, got him to 6, so on and so forth. Then with 88 to 6, and then all the way up to 7-star. So for me, I 7-starred HK-47 first, and then 88 was next in line out of Arena Shipments. Okay, so that'll get you jump started on what to do. Okay, this team can perform very well in Arena. As you can see, like I said in the beginning, I haven't touched this account in a week, and I think I was probably in the 20s when I stopped playing. I went down 100 spots in a week of not even touching the account. And as you can see, let's look at the ranks. People have been progressing at level-wise. So you can see there's some 77s, 76s, 77, 79, 77, 79, 76. So you can see I was right in line with everybody when I stopped playing. I was just maybe a level or 2 below people. Now I'm falling quite a bit without playing. So that's what has hurt me the most is the level difference. But the team comp is very strong. On defense, they're going to be a little weaker than some other teams. But if you're going to play every day, you're going to do your 3 to 5 arena battles. You shouldn't have any issues with them. Okay. Now let's look at Galactic War shipments. Let's flip over here to Galactic War. In the Galactic War shipments, you got 3 good options. Okay, I kind of handicapped myself. I went right for 86, and I think that's a good option. Now keep in mind, okay, you can also get 86 from Cantina 4E as well. So after you finish off your Geonosis Soldier, get him to 7-star, you can start working on 86. So looking back, hindsight 2020. I should have worked on Luminara. She would have helped me a lot more in Galactic Wars. You want to be able to finish your Galactic Wars, at least get as far into them as possible. The goal is obviously to finish them, so you can get those additional resources, Galactic War currency, and the purple ability mats. Okay, so it's really important to be able to do that. So I would get Luminara first. I think overall she's the best character in the game for multiple phases. So for Arena, she's okay at. We're not going to use her necessarily on this strategy that we're talking about, but she is okay in Arena. She's doable there. She helps you out on light side battles, and she's great for Galactic Wars. Okay, so I would start first with Luminara, get her out of the way, get her up to at least 6 stars, if not 7, and then move alternate between Poggle and 86 like we did with 88 and HK in Arena. So we're going to get Lumi to where we want her, where we feel comfortable with her, get her there, and then we can move to Poggle and 86. Now keep in mind, Poggle, okay, can be on hard battles, light, 4E and 6E. You can pick up additional shards for him there, so you can help move him up a little bit as well. And then, of course, like we said, 86 is in Cantina 4E, which you can work on that. Now, Luminara is also in some of the hard battles. You can work on getting her shards there if you so desire, but definitely get her up to at least star 6 as quickly as possible so you can get back to focusing on your Poggle and your 86, because they're going to be your main staples in your Arena team. Okay? So that's that. Let's do an Arena battle real quick just so you can kind of see these guys. This is what I say. Now, my main account has some really good Arena teams over the time that I've had that account. I really like those characters, and I refer to it this way. Those characters are like having a semi-automatic pistol. Okay. Now, when you do the droids, okay, I don't have droids on my main account. I only have it on this free-to-play or primarily free-to-play account. The secondary account that I have, that's the only place I have droids up. Those are like playing with a machine gun. Okay, they're super fun to play. Now let's go ahead. We'll fight this team. Let's find somebody a little bit higher up. Let's see if we can get a little bit deeper. And 110, that's about it. You're going to probably run into a lot of Royal Guards. So we'll just go ahead and fight this team here. I'm running HK47 lead, 88 and 86, and then we have Poggle and we have Geo. Now I did not get Poe up, so I put Poggle in instead in that role. So we don't have a taunter. Okay, we technically don't have a tank in this team, but you definitely can do it. Now, I could also put in, if you went this route, you could put in Oldaka, and like I said, you could put in Poe. So let's take a look at this team first and just see how we do. Now, the one thing that's really fun with this team, what I like to do is I like to just select who I want to fight. So I'm just going to get rid of Royal Guard. You're going to have to get rid of him anyways. You might as well get rid of him now. And I just hit auto. And this is how crazy this team is. And it goes 88's AoE. With protection, it helped these guys a ton. Now, Poggle did what he needed to do. He buffed everybody. So now we'll probably want to switch over to Qui-Gon. Let's get rid of him. Look, he killed Phasma so fast I couldn't even get over there to change it. Poggle did what he needed to do. He can die. That's fine. So here goes GS. He's done. And now it's just Lumi. So as you can see, super fast. They are like a machine gun. They go really quick. They're really fun to play. So we'll come back and we'll do another arena battle. We'll get in the top 100 for sure once that resets. Okay. Now we can also go over here and we can look at Galactic War. Now with Galactic War, what I've done with this account is I'm using my droids as my dark side team. That's why I do have Daka as well, so I can have that healer over there. So we do have droids that all takes care of the dark side part of the game. Okay. Now we need to look at the light side. With that, in this particular instance, I opted to go with Ewoks. Okay. Now they are a little bit harder to farm, but let's go ahead and put them in, and we'll just see how they do. Now, something I found with Ewoks that is really good, this is on my main account, and I think it'll work just as well over here on this account, is to put Royal Guard in there. And again, you know, if you're on a newer server, you don't have to have a 7-star Royal Guard. You know, 4 or 5-star Royal Guard will definitely work. So he's somebody that you definitely want to be looking at. And when you're doing your hard nodes, you want to work on your Ewoks, is my recommendation. Keep in mind, Tebow, you can get his shards out of Galactic Wars later on down the line as you start to, to finish off your main characters. So you will be able to get some Tebow shards out of there. But for right now, you can get these characters out of hard nodes. And this is what I do in this route. Is I put in Chirpa as lead. Now, a lot of people are talking about Tebow as lead as well. He can be another really good lead, but right now I do have it set up for Chirpa to be our lead. So we're just going to select, let's get Chewie out of here. We're going to need to get rid of him anyways. So we'll just start on Chewie, and literally you can just auto these Ewoks. And if they get in trouble, okay, Royal Guard will taunt and save them, and Ewok Elder and Chirpa can heal. So it works out really well. Like literally on my main account, I can auto battle between battles 6 and 9 on Galactic Wars, no problem. 6 for sure, just depending on the comps that are thrown at me. 7, 8, and 9. Typically I can get through those as well, just with the Ewok Royal Guard team. There's other options you can put in here. I just like Royal Guard because he's my safety net, and he does stun, which is nice. So we're just letting these guys do their thing. They're kind of self-sufficient. They can heal each other. They can give each other turn meter. They can remove debuffs, like you just saw. Ewok Elder remove the debuff from Greedo. So keep in mind though, the Ewoks are a harder farm, so they're not as fast to get. Now Chirpa is in Cantina, so as you start to finish off these other characters on your main squad, you can move to getting Chirpa out of there. The thing that you want to do as a free to play, pay to play, whatever your status is in this game, you want to make sure that you have a good game plan, a good strategy. You don't want to get all over the map. You don't want a bunch of 4 or 5 star characters. You don't want a bunch of half geared characters. You really want to focus on your main team, whoever that's going to be. In this case, in this scenario, I'm laying out a game plan for droids, a droid team with GS and either Poe, Poggle, or Daka, to be your staple. Okay, so you want to focus on them first, and I'll show you what I mean by that. If you go over here to characters, you can see my top characters that are geared are going to be GS, HK, Old Daka, 86, 88, and Poggle. Okay, those are my main ones. So that's my main team that I would run. With one of these characters would be in there. Now I thought I was going to take Poggle out and probably put in Daka for a while. It was kind of a direction I was going. I never ended up doing that. I probably could. Probably have enough credits. Let me see how much I would need to get her leveled up here. We're pretty close to being able to do that. So if I got through these Galactic Wars, did some time there, I would be able to promote Daka to 74 and get her leveled up. That's the reason why I never put her in. But basically you see it, GS, HK, 88, 86, 88, and Poggle. You saw that team running. They're a good team. You could put Daka in too as well. Again, she's kind of like a Poggle. She's probably going to get killed quicker than the other characters. But she is viable in there as well, or also Poe, as we said. Okay, now these other characters here, Chirpa, Elder, Tebow, Ewok Scout, those are all my light side characters that I would focus on using to get through light side battles. Now Counselor is a good character. There's nothing wrong with Jedi Counselor. He's really easy to get. He's really easy to gear. So Jedi Counselor is a good character. Lumi is, again, like I talked about, I wish I would have had her higher up on this list, or higher up on her stars. She would have helped me in Galactic Wars a lot more. And then Royal Guard as well. I just happened to get lucky with him. Got him unlocked, and then I've just been doing a little bit with him on the hard battles. Okay, now at level 77 in Cantina, you can go for Royal Guard, so you could go for him later on down the line. So it's good to work on him, get him gear. He can be viable for you just as a utility character at 4 or 5 stars as well. Okay, characters I would avoid: Chewie, Jawa, Talia. Those are characters that I wouldn't focus on. And these other kind of freebie characters, I wouldn't go for them. Qui-Gon and Ahsoka are both good characters. I happened to get Ahsoka just in a Chromium. I did pull 1 Chromium pack or 2 Chromium packs and did get her. And then Qui-Gon I've been doing my extra shards with out of Cantina now that I'm done with Cantina on Daka. I'm getting her, so now I've been going for him. I'm already past Poe at this point. I'm already too deep into Daka and Poggle for that to really matter. So I'm not going the Poe route on this account. Okay, we'll do a challenge for these ability mats. We might as well get the free ability mats. Nothing wrong with that. We will throw in. We'll throw in Sidious to help. So here we go. Here's our team again: HK, GS, 88, Poggle, and 86. And again, once we get this loaded, we can literally just put these guys on auto, and they will shred pretty much anything that they come up against. Now there's some additional characters that are coming out, like the Jawa Engineer in Guild Shipments, which you can get. He is a great I think addition to the droid team, he's going to be able to resurrect droids that die. He's going to be able to give them speed or some type of buffs. I can't remember off the top of my head about him, but you know, he offers some great synergies for the droid. So he's another character that you can look at down the line, putting in there for your droid team. Now, where this account runs into a little bit of challenges is you don't have a lot of tanks in this strategy, which is fine because this isn't that important of a challenge. The stuff that you get out of it is not as integral as some of the other ones. Obviously, the attacker challenge will be very easy for you, and you can get through the healer one where you got to fight SWGOH. But this one is definitely more difficult, and I haven't invested a lot into these other characters. I wouldn't use Magna Guard, and I wouldn't use Chewie. So Tebow and Royal Guard would be the only two that I really put any type of resources in. So these other ones get shredded pretty quick. This is the top tier for my level, so the highest you can get currently in the game. I don't usually get through this one. I usually skip it and I'll go one tier down, but I just wanted to show you kind of an idea. Now Chewie does, his saving grace is that he can heal himself, so that's good. Now Magna Guard can't, so he's getting jammed up a little bit. Now Royal Guard, if he could stay above 50% health, which right now he fell below 50%, so there's nothing he's gonna be able to do. He's not gonna be able to stun now, so he's pretty much worthless. This is game over once he falls below 50% health, because there's no way he's gonna be able to take out Mace. If we can even make it through this challenge, this phase, the second phase, there's no way he could take out Mace. So now it's over. There's no way. And I don't recommend doing a lot of investments into just to be able to complete this challenge. Like I said, you can go down one tier, you can beat it fine. You know, this one, the rewards aren't all that game changing. The other two are more important: the agility, or the healer, and the attacker challenge. So let's just look at that again. Whoop, let's go back and look at the rewards first. So possible rewards. So the only difference is you get this, which is for certain characters, you know, it is nice to have, but right here, these rewards aren't that big of a deal. Okay. So it's not that big of a deal if you can't do it. So just go down one tier. And you'll be able to complete it. Now you do want to complete your challenges when you can. I mean, it's, you know, it gives towards your dailies, and it's just free, you know, free extra resources. Now when you get to Mace, the thing that you want to do here is just click on Mace. Make sure that all your attackers or all of your tanks are focused on Mace. As long as you have a Royal Guard in there, you will just continue to stun them, and it makes this fight pretty easy. So there you go. So just go one tier down and complete that one, and then you don't have to worry about it. And again, like I said, I mean, it's not that big of a deal between the two. All right, now let's look at arena battle again. Let's find somebody interesting. All right, here we go. We got a Luminar lead, Savage, Phasma, Sid, and Darth Vader. Okay, so this is the typical team that you'll find on a newer server. If you're just starting out, you're going to see stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and select who we want to target. I think in this case, let's just take out Phasma, and we'll auto. Now we'll go over and just take out Vader, because he did debuff. Now he's going to throw his lightsaber on his next turn, and he's going to hurt people that have debuffs on him. So he's out. We don't have to worry about him doing that. Let's get Lumi out. We're going to save Savage for last, because every time you hit him, he's just going to buff up. So we'll go for... Whoops. Meant to. We'll go for Sid. Nope, Sid got healed because he killed 88. Alright, now we just finish off Savage. Done. So this is a really fun team. The droid comp is super fast. If you never played the droids, I didn't for a long time. And then when I tried this account, I really liked their style, their gameplay, what they have to offer. So definitely a cool way to go. This is option 1. In my next video, I'm going to show you option 2, which will primarily be focused on Jedi. That would be if you want to go for Yoda. So if you primarily play the game because you want to go to get your Yoda, get your Yoda event completed, that's the next option you can go. And I'm going to show you completely free to play or a low spin pay to play strategies for that. So let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments below. Thanks for checking out the guide. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you guys would like to see more guides in the future. Don't forget again to check out LordSkunk.com. Follow me on Twitter, LordSkunk1, on Facebook, LordSkunk1. And if you're looking for a long-term guild, don't forget to check out TeamSkunk.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.